10 Greatest Sports Convertibles You Can Now Buy for $30,000. Whether they're old or new, high performance or entry level, these convertibles all offer the best value in the $30,000 price range. We cannot stop harping about sports cars, especially when it comes to great sports convertibles, because there is nothing like breezing down the highway, wind whipping the hair, especially after being cooped up at home because of the pandemic. Owning a sports convertible is more than just buying a car. It's nearly symbolic of freedom and the love of open roads at relatively high speeds. And if you can get the greatest sports convertibles for $30,000 or less, it's like having your cake and eating it too. Of course, you can get the newer sports, muscle convertibles like the Camaro and the Mustang for around the same amount, but there's something about a well-made sports car that may take you to the used car lot, to look for the greatest sports convertibles ever. If that is your holy grail, here go 10 greatest sports convertibles you can now buy for $30,000 or less, and honestly, do it yesterday. 10. 1966 Lincoln Continental. Classic cruising for $29,500. It's one of the coolest cars that didn't make it to 2021. However, there's nothing like a 60s Lincoln Continental to bring in the good old days, along with a bit of the entourage. A retractable hardtop, suicide doors in the rear, and a massive V8 that rumbled to perfection, this was Lincoln in its halcyon days. Drive one of these and you will probably hear everyone around sigh with envy, if you can hear them over the 7.6-liter V8, mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. And for $29,500, it's a heartbreakingly beautiful steal. 9. 2009 Mercedes-Benz SL Class SL 550. Go fast at $29,590. The SL Class got a mid-year refresh in 2009, and that swept-back styling looked as if it had come out of a wind tunnel, ready to take on the roads even faster. With a 5.5-liter V8, this gorgeous convertible made some 382 horses, and if you went for the SL65 AMG trim, the horses jumped up to 603. No wuss, this. While it does not bear the same iconic doors, Mercedes-Benz claimed it was a descendant of the 300 SL Gullwing, and comes bearing not just a haloed legacy but plenty of plush to keep you going fast, comfortably. Here's one at $29,590. 8. 2000 Honda S2000 Roadster. An instant hit at $29,795. The Honda S2000 Roadster was a small and light car and did not even come with major engine displacement. It carried only a 2.0-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder mill that still managed to make a cool 240 horsepower, because, well, Japanese excellence. Despite being a featherweight, this one cool and powerful car, giving you all the thrills, and a powered soft top that lowered in 6 seconds. Plus it came roomy enough for tall people. If you are drooling for one, here's an excellent model for $29,795. 7. 2008 Chevrolet Corvette Convertible. Go Detroit at $29,997. The 2008 model of the Chevy Corvette bore a 6.2-liter V8, 200c more than the 2007 version, and came jetting 430 horses. So 0 to 62 miles per hour came faster than before, at 4.1 seconds, and this vet reached top speeds of 190 miles per hour. Of course, being a vet, the car comes with its iconic good looks and a legacy to match, and this year on, the vet was also a lot more pretty from the inside, matching the cool exteriors. A cool option for $29,997. 6. 2008 Porsche Boxster. Posh speed for $29,900. The 2008 Porsche Boxster is one cool sports convertible that carried a 2.7-liter Boxer 6 engine making 245 horsepower. The 0 to 62 miles per hour sprints are okay at 5.8 seconds for the manual and 6.7 seconds for the automatic, but a Porsche is less about the destination and more about the journey. It's still a fast car, just one that will give you a whiff of roses as you pass by a garden. Some would call it a basic car, but it has everything it needs to be called one of the greatest sports convertibles and comes affordable as well. Here's one for $29,500. 5. 1999 Plymouth Prowler, controversial couture at $29,900. The Plymouth Prowler was Plymouth's idea of a production vintage hot rod, and it generated plenty of buzz in the market before it flopped, mostly because the 3.5-liter V6 that powered it jet 253 horsepower and 255 pound-feet torque, post 1999, that is, did not give it the power people assumed it would have. Still, it manages a 0 to 62 miles per hour run in 5.7 seconds, but anyone who buys this sports convertible would buy it for its iconic looks, and not for its incredible speed. Here's one for $29,900. 4. 2016 Mazda MX-5 Miata. Perfect prowess for $27,990. The Mazda MX-5 Miata manages to zip quick not because of a powerful engine, but because it's light in weight, and that's the gist of one of the greatest sports convertibles. Roadsters were never meant to come with very powerful engines, period. Despite being a featherweight, this one cool and powerful car, giving you all the thrills, and a powered soft top that lowered in 6 seconds. Plus it came roomy enough for tall people. If you are drooling for one, here's an excellent model for $29,795. 3. 1980 MGB Convertible. A Brit Roadster for $29,888. The MGB was one of the coolest and most iconic British roadsters to come to the fore and laid down the guidelines of what a small sports convertible should be like. It's not a very powerful car, but then again, in 1980, no one cares about how fast a cool sports convertible went when it came to the 0 to 62 miles per hour timings. 95 horses and 110 pound-feet torque is no great shakes, but this little car will delight you with its classic looks, that engine purr, and the way it makes you feel when you drive it. Here's one for $29,888. 2. 2014 BMW Z4. Beastly power at $30,000. The 2014 BMW Z4, in its 3.0-liter inline-six displacement, is a beast, apparent from the minute you switch on the ignition, and it emits a snarl rather than a purr. You can drive it lazy if you want, but if you want a workout, this car can make you sweat, at partial throttle. This BMW likes to be ridden hard and will throw as many thrills as you can handle, generating 300 horsepower and lb-ft torque, each. If you are tempted, here's for exactly $30,000. 1. 1974 Jensen Interceptor Convertible. Classic beauty for $29,950. The Jensen Interceptor Convertible was compared to the drop-top Rolls-Royce Corniche at its 1974 launch, and it was ultimately a Frankenstein of an idea. An Italian-designed body with British suspension, as stiff as their upper lip, and a Chrysler V8. To say it had problems would be calling a tornado a whisper of wind. And yet, it's a revered classic. Most of it because it looked absolutely stunning and had the power to turn every eye on it even now. Problems can be fixed, right? So here's one gorgeous model for $29,950.